step into the game. We the Curry brothers, night and day network. We bring awareness to the community, spreading consciousness. With the truth we chase greatness. In the darkness we shine like the brightest stars, using our platform to break mental prisons. You know who we are. From the streets to the stage, we never back down. Constantly evolving, we wear the crown. Mindful warriors, we're changing the game. Never staying the same. Night and day network, we're here to stay. Bring awareness and consciousness every single.
Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer, don't let the computer use you. You all saw the Matrix. There's a war going on, the battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
What up, y'all?
What in the hell is going on out here, out there?
Cyber security attacks, bro. Well, supposedly. Supposedly cyber security attacks.
There ain't no cyber security attack.
So what they say,
when it's all a world stage.
Come on in, y'all. So we're gonna get into this real quick.
Man.
We ain't come to hold y'all. We ain't come to hold y'all long, but we definitely want to
say, man.
Let the computer, don't let the computer get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's go ahead and kick this off. If y'all ain't hit that like button yet, make sure y'all smash that like button.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to this, man.
Get into this. Got to get into this situation. So let's go ahead. So as y'all know, a power outage. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know the power outage that happened earlier today, which they call the CrowdStrike cybersecurity. So we're gonna definitely get into this real quick. You know what I mean?
Airlines impacted, airports impacted at this hour, banks and businesses across the country, really across the world, mass transit systems, E911 centers are down as well. Updating you now, American Airlines and Delta say they are now starting to resume some flights, but we had multiple airlines overnight ask the FAA to put them into a ground stop because their own computers were not working. So it's going to be a long road to recovery here. Let's look at the FlightAware misery map, and you'll get a sense of how this is affecting air travel. See all that red? See those airports on the East Coast and into Chicago? They're having significant delays. The number on the upper right hand is a little bit misleading because the true number of delays now nationwide, 1,700, more than 1,000 flights canceled. The CEO of CrowdStrike was on the Today Show earlier this morning talking about the fact that they've now identified the problem and are already implementing a fix. Take a listen.
It could be some time for some systems that just automatically won't recover. But it is our mission, is why we're here, to make sure that every customer is fully recovered, and we're not going to relent until we get every customer back to where they were, and we continue to protect them and keep the bad guys out of their systems.
Okay, that's important there, what he just said, because this is not, he says, this is not a hack, not a cyber attack. Rather, it was a bad software patch, and they're working now to get everybody back up the line. If you're flying today, guys, the delays will likely ripple through the entire day, even if you have a flight. We see airlines impacted.
All right, hold on, y'all.
Now, we've been talking about these types of issues on this channel for a minute. Even with all the drama and all the mess we cover, we always manage to try to squeeze some of this stuff in there. Pause. No Diddy.
Definitely no
Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it. This is not being talked about enough. What's going on now? I don't know how people's distracted by all the other stuff, but you can clearly see we on the verge of some type of collapse or some type of shift. It's either or. You can look at it either way. You could look at it as a collapse, or you could look at it as a shift. We've been talking about this. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while now. I mean, for years, even before we was even on YouTube, we've been talking about this. We've been paying attention to this stuff for this long. And it's like, wow, and people don't even see what's happening. The shift that's coming into play. Especially people who've been observing from like the early 2000s up until now. You know what I'm saying? You can see how the technology shifted and how everything upgraded and is not done. So what we're seeing here is a update to the system, which is what is this, Fox 5? You got up there?
Yep. Hold on.
That's what they called it, right? They called it a update. Right.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Fabian Levy, and I serve as Deputy Mayor for Communications for the City of New York.
All right, before we get into let me
kind
of blow this up.
So
wild. You got to understand this affects the stock market too, because so you got to realize there's a link to them trying to crash the stock market too.
Wow.
Y'all notice every time something like this happens, the numbers drop instantly. Like the stock numbers drop instantly.
Pay attention.
But for some reason, the crypto still remained the same. So that's on a different system, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
on a system called Web3. It's on the next system that we're shifting to.
We're going to get into that.
It was totally unaffected.
But we see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they ain't telling y'all, that they ain't mentioning about the stock market being affected. You know, they don't want people panicking about, you know, the financial thing that's happening, the collapse that's happening. It's not a what they call it. This is a total collapse. This is not one of those you know, what they call it, not a drought. What they call it, drought too, but what they call it, you know what I'm talking about. A drill. Yeah.
This is not a drill.
This is the
real deal.
Right.
And it's an update, so the old system is about to crash. The shit that we thought was going to happen in 1999 has been upgraded to now. The old system is collapsing, but they doing it intentionally. It have to be done intentionally so the new system can take its place, which is called Web3. And in the financial world is the ISO 2022. So that means the financial system's about to be upgraded, and everything else, how information is transferred, everything's about to be upgraded and put on what we told y'all, the blockchain. We've been telling y'all this. We was just talking about this on the stream from yesterday. And look, this happened. We was telling y'all that this is what's happening. See, everybody ain't privy to this information. We realize that now. And it's a reason for that. Because the people who's supposed to know is here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not supposed to be privy to this information.
Nah, that's all right, hold on. I was trying to pull this up real quick. Hold on.
Yo, this is going to impact everybody.
All right.
This is going to impact everybody.
So what's happening is a reboot. You know they got to power down the system in order to reboot it. So this wasn't like what they say, the blue depth screen. Yeah. This is just summarily them just updating the system. That's it. Rebooting it, updating it. They ain't gonna tell people what it really is because they don't want certain people knowing the information that they know they're about to change over. And when that switch happened, that's what's not being talked about. When that switch happened, that switch get turned on, and everything is linked to the digital system. There's going to be some wealthy people getting wealthy within that small window, just like the .com bubble.
And there's going to be a bunch of people going broke within that window.
Yeah, right.
And they're going to be sell, so we can get as much digital, so we can get as much of your stuff tokenized as you can. We trying to tell y'all going to start hearing. We told y'all years ago, y'all going to start hearing shit on the media, them saying the ripple effect. You're going to hear that word a lot. The ripple effect is causing a ripple in the market. You're going to keep hearing ripple, 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 ripple all day as this transition happens. Look, we just giving it all out. We just letting y'all know what's happening. Watch. Y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked when you see a whole bunch of people who are extremely wealthy is gonna be broke. And then you're gonna see some people who is extremely broke gonna be wealthy. So this is a polar shift that's happening. So it's happening on different levels, not just happening on a physical level. It's happening across different levels.
Well, so it was let me see, hold on. So what was affected was the banks, the travel agencies, the transportation, and Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seemed like it was a patch to their security system that they had to be updated, and it was corrupted. That's what they telling us. That's what they telling us on the in the mainstream media. But we know they trying to update to that blockchain and that Web3. They ain't got much time before everything switch over. And thing is, this ain't even like no theories or nothing. It like you can literally go find this information.
Yeah, we
like everything is about to upgrade. Like niggas can literally, it's public. It's not even like a theory or nothing. It's just people ain't paying attention to it. That's what it is. Just people ain't paying attention to it. People is distracted by other things, and we realize everybody's not supposed to know. And even if some people did know, they wouldn't take it serious. They say it's a conspiracy theory. You would get laughed at, like like how in the times of Noah when he was building that ark, and everybody was laughing at him and shit. You know what I mean? But when it started storming and raining out there, the motherfuckers was outside the ark like, Noah, please let us in. Noah, we believe you now. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga stupid.
I mean, yeah, that's the niggas drowning outside the ark. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what the fuck? Hey, it's the same shit. What you gonna do? What you supposed to do? Motherfuckers was laughing and they end up drowning later. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny shit though.
Hey, what you gonna do, man?
That's funny.
Noah, let us in, please, Noah. Noah.
Start drowning.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Let us in.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Mom,
please tell your father to let us in. Japheth, please tell your father to let us in. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And that's how we feel like, damn, y'all, we telling niggas, yo, this shit is about to switch, and a lot of, you know what I mean? It's a done deal out here. Shit is over.
Let me run this. Let me go ahead and run this real quick. So, they had a press conference in New York to let you know what everything that was affected by this blowout. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and get into this real quick.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Fabian Levy, and I serve as Deputy Mayor for Communications for the City of New York. Early this morning, our office became aware of a global IT outage impacting city governments, companies, and other organizations around the world. We first became aware of the situation at 12:40 a.m., and at 1 a.m. in the morning, our team started convening together to deliver for New Yorkers. New Yorkers need to know that their city government moved quickly to assess the incident and protect critical resources. Chief Technology Officer Matt Frazier even conducted a series of television and radio interviews throughout the morning to keep New Yorkers informed about the outage starting at 5:40 a.m. While we are continuing to monitor the situation, emergency operations and crucial services, including our 911 system, are working properly. To tell you more about the incident, we are joined this morning by Mayor Eric Adams, Chief of Staff Camille Joseph Warlick, Deputy Mayor for Public Safety Phil Banks, Deputy Mayor for Operations Mira Joshi, Deputy Mayor for Strategic Initiatives Anna Almanzar, New York City Chief Technology Officer Matt Frazier, New York City Fire Department Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh, New York City Health and Hospitals President and CEO Dr. Mitch Katz, New York City Department of Citywide Administrative Services Commissioner Louis Molina, New York City Department of Environmental Protection Commissioner Rit Agrawal, First Deputy Commissioner of New York City Emergency Management Christina Farrell, New York City Police Department Chief of Information Technology Ruben Beltran, New York City Department of Education Deputy Chancellor for Family and Community Engagement Melissa Aviles Ramos, MTA Authority Chair Jano Lieber, and Con Edison Director of Regional and Community Affairs Ruth Foshold. So without further delay, I'll turn it over to Mayor Adams.
Thanks so much, DM Levy. And I often recall, although it was not a cyber attack, I recall when I was briefed by the former mayor, he says one of the major concerns is dealing with any form of IT outage, including if it is a cyber attack. We need to be prepared. And with that in mind, Chief of Staff Camille Joseph Warlick has been hosting a series of drills. We just recently did one to deal with any type of IT outage or cyber attack. And so it was good to see how quickly the team coordinated. CTO Smalls, Frazier called me around little after midnight last night and gave me a preliminary briefing that what was taking place, and reached out to the other team members, and everything kicked in gear. And you see the results of that from not only the notifications he made this morning, but also the coming together of the team. The blueprint was already in place. All we had to do was to execute on it. And just want to thank all these city agencies, as well as our partners in other agencies like the MTA. And we're here to update New Yorkers on this global IT outage involving CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is a cybersecurity software prevalent in computers across the globe. Their goal, as the Chief Technology Officer would explain, is to identify if there is a problem and to immediately take action. And early this morning, they sent out a software update that inadvertently took systems offline. They sent out a software update that inadvertently took systems offline. This was not a cyber attack that was hit or cyber hit on our city infrastructure. Our city's IT and security teams, led by the Office of Technology and Innovation, have been working nonstop to troubleshoot problems and restore services. The CTO, Matt Frazier, has been directly in touch with CrowdStrike to get real-time updates and identify the fastest path to getting all systems up and running as quickly as possible. And I just really want to emphasize this was not a cyber attack. This was an update that took systems offline. And this is why the preparation is so important that the Chief of Staff is in charge of doing, to make sure that we can immediately respond if there is an IT disruption of this magnitude, or if there is a cyber attack. We have to be prepared, and this is what the drills are for. There are no calls are being held or missed, and there's no backlog at the FDNY. And FDNY is reviewing to ensure this remains the case. We want to ensure New Yorkers that 9/11's call systems have not been impacted. Our infrastructure and emergency operations They're all in place, and we're going to continue to do that. Life-saving complaints that come through 311 or city agencies are being prioritized. Traffic signals are working and are fully operational, as is the Staten Island Ferry. Our water systems are fully operational, and our summarizing program will continue as scheduled, including bus service. Although we want to tell parents, you may see disruption on the bus tracking app, the systems are still operating. We expect to continue to see cascading effects of the outage throughout the day, but New York City Office of Technology will be doing everything possible to minimize potential service disruptions and restore service to all systems as soon as possible. Our city agencies IT department will be prioritizing this work today to get things back up and operating online based on the priority of those particular systems. We want to make sure New Yorkers are safe and they can rely on the city services they need. And this is a developing situation. We are assured by the coordination that's taking place from all the agencies involved, as well as the entities that are responsible, such as CrowdStrike, to make sure we can get this underhand without a minimum amount of interruptions in our city. Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, we'll hear from Chief Technology Officer and Commissioner of the Office.
So you see, they trying to make it
Matt Frazier.
They trying to make it a point to let everybody know it wasn't a cyber attack.
Good morning, everyone. So to give everyone a brief detail in terms of what happened and how we responded, at approximately 12:20, between 12:20 and 12:30, we started to see impacts from systems across the city manifesting in different places. And like usual, when you see something like this is one of the reasons why we have New York City Cyber Command and we have a citywide operations center. So we can detect these things as quickly as possible and dispel what's a threat versus what's not a threat. So as we started to see the symptoms manifest, we contacted our partners, both at Microsoft and CrowdStrike, and subsequently we got down to the root of the issue. The thing with technologies like this is, in order to be safe and be able to respond to threats that evolve in a continuous basis, you need tools that are capable of being updated in that way. As a result, a tool like CrowdStrike, which gets updated real time, when they push a patch, if that patch goes wrong, this isn't a perfect example of how bad that can be. So one patch goes out at about 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, and it's pushed between 12 and 1:30 a.m. Eastern time. And in that period of time, we had a number of workstations, a number of computers and servers that were impacted. After notifying CrowdStrike and working with them, by 1:30, they had stopped deploying that patch. And since then, we've been in a state where we haven't seen any additional machines impacted. We're now in a state where we're going through the recovery. Unfortunately, the recovery at this moment is a fairly manual process that requires physical touch to most of the machines. And we have a team of people that are working across the city in real time, trying to get things back up and running as quickly as possible. As the mayor said, most of our critical services, all of our life safety related services remain up and running. There's no impact to 911, no impact to 311, no impact to police, fire, or EMS, radio, or dispatch operations. Everything is running as expected. In addition to that, our operational technology networks and our SCADA networks, things that supply our water systems, things that operate our traffic lights, none of those systems are also impacted. Today is a good example of how some of the planning that we've done in advance helps protect the city and ensures continuity of our critical services. And as we've seen across the globe, this is not an issue that's limited just to New York City. We have everyone from the airlines to financial institutions that are experiencing the same challenges. The good news is that despite the challenge that appeared today, our most critical services remain up and running, and we have a pathway to recovery to bring everything else up.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you for joining so many TV stations and radios this morning to keep New Yorkers informed. Next, we'll hear from MTA Chair Jano Lieber to hear about what's going on in the subways, trains, and buses.
So the MTA activated our incident command system and our emergency management procedures in the late morning hours, and we established quickly that there is no impact to subway system service, no impact to the bus system, no impact to commuter rails, and no impact to the paratransit operations. The impacts are limited so far that are customer facing are limited to one portion of our countdown clocks on the B division, which is the letter trains, are not operating. But as old New Yorkers know, the trains are coming. They're coming on regular schedules, and you can count on it. You just may not have the countdown clock available. Otherwise, the tolls are being collected. Bad news for some people, I know. But every single operating system is functioning. You may not have up-to-date information, just like the countdown clocks are not 100%. You may not have up-to-date information on exactly when commuter trains are arriving, but all of that is coming online, back online pretty promptly. And as I said, all the customer-facing impacts have already been evaluated and mitigated, and all of our systems are running. I want to thank the mayor and the entire New York City team for their cooperation. I've also been in touch with the governor's team and briefed her on everything that's going on. Bottom line, the airline system may be in disarray, but New York City's public transit system is going full speed. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Jenno. Next, we'll hear from Dr. Mitch Katz from H&H. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Mitch Katz. I'm the CEO and president of New York City Health and Hospitals, and I'm happy to report that not only are all of our hospitals functional, but all of the hospitals across New York City are functional. Every hospital is required to have a plan and to practice what would happen if computer systems went down, because we deal with life and death and have to make instant decisions about prescribing a medicine, running a test. And so every hospital has to be able to run without computers. And some of us are even old enough to remember when everything ran without computers. So we know how to do it. There is a manual override for a process for when you have to not use the computer, you go to paper. But throughout the city, because most of the hospitals, including ours, use an electronic health record called Epic, which did not go down, overwhelmingly, all of the systems are running just as they should. Patients should keep their appointments. They might experience delays because some of the individual workstations have to be brought up manually, as you've heard. And so not all of them are brought up. So people should have a little bit extra patience with their doctor or nurse, but people should not neglect their care. The hospitals are all running fine and able to do their function. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I want to switch gears real quick.
Yeah, before we do that, man, we just want to let y'all, right. Well, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead. You good? No,
all right. Yeah, we're going to tell them that, you know, it's 30% off while we on live stream for both websites. So you just got to put in the code ND Live30 and you get 30% off on everything only while we on a live stream. You know what I'm saying? So the offer expires when we get off the live stream. So ND Live30 and you get 30% off while we on a live stream on all of our products. You know what I'm saying? Man, we definitely want to appreciate y'all. We see y'all still been shopping with us. You know what I mean? We definitely appreciate all the orders we got coming in. Y'all see we sent a lot of orders out. A lot of y'all should already got y'all orders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we definitely appreciate all the love, man. Make sure y'all go check out that whip body butter. Man, if you got eczema or really dry skin or anything like that, it definitely works, man. So make sure y'all head over there while the sale is going on. 30% off. You know what I mean, ND Live30, all capital letters.
Links pinned to the top and in the description of this video.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna hop into remember I told y'all that the stocks was affected by this this outage or whatever. So let's go ahead and get into this article that was just put out by what was it? Associated Press. All right, let's get into this article real quick, y'all. All right, hold on.
Stock market today. Wall Street finishes worst week since April with more losses. New York, U.S. stocks slumped Friday in another washout as businesses around the world scramble to contain the effects of a disruptive technology outage. The S&P 500 fell 0.7% to close its first losing week in the last 3 and its worst since April. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 377 points, or 0.9%, while the Nasdaq Composite sank 0.8%. It was only on Tuesday that the S&P 500 set its latest all-time high. At first, pressure built on the big tech stocks that have been the market's biggest winners, amid criticism they simply grew too expensive. Nvidia, for example, is still up 138% this year amid a frenzy around artificial intelligence technology, even after falling 2.6% Friday and 8.8% over the week. Gains for previously unloved areas of the market had helped to offset some of those declines. Smaller stocks and companies whose profits are closely tied to the economy's strength were rising. That sparked hopes for a market where more stocks are rising, rather than just a handful of dominating elites, which market watchers say would be healthier. This rotation can continue, but it doesn't always have to be where they're rising faster. It could be because they are falling less, according to Brian Jacobson, chief economist at Annex Wealth Management.
Shit's about to be over.
Those beaten down areas of the market may be sputtering. The Russell 2000 index of smaller stocks fell 0.6% Friday for its third straight drop, following its huge 5-day run where it shot up 11.5%. 3 out of every 4 stocks in the S&P 500 also sank. Friday's moves came as a major outage disrupted flights, banks, and even doctors' appointments around the world. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike said the issue believed to be behind the outage was not a security incident or cyber attack and that it had deployed a fix. The company said the problem lay in a faulty update sent to computers running Microsoft Windows. CrowdStrike stock dropped 11.1%, while Microsoft's lost 0.8%. Richard Stienen, a cybersecurity industry analyst, called it a historic mistake by CrowdStrike, but he also said he did not think it revealed a bigger problem with the cybersecurity industry or with CrowdStrike as a company. We all realize you can fat finger something, mistype something, whatever. We don't know the technical details yet of how it caused the blue screen of death for users, he said.
Man, we know how.
The markets are going to forgive them, the customers are going to forgive them, and this will blow over. CrowdStrike stock trimmed its loss somewhat through the day, but it still turned in its worst performance since 2022. Stocks of rival cybersecurity firms climbed, including a 7.8% jump for SentinelOne and a 2.2%
This gonna cause a ripple effect in the
Palo
market.
Alto Networks. The outage hit check-in procedures at airports around the world, causing long lines of frustrated flyers. That initially helped pull down U.S. airline stocks, but they quickly pared their losses. United Airlines flipped to a gain of 3.3%, for example. It said many travelers may experience delays, and it issued a waiver to make it easier to change travel plans. American Airlines Group slipped 0.4%, and Delta Airlines rose 1.2%. Comerica dropped 10.5% for one of the market's sharper losses, even though it delivered better earnings for the spring than analysts expected. The bank said it received a preliminary notification that it won't continue as the issuer of the Direct Express debit card for about 4.5 million federal benefit recipients, a program it's had since 2008. American Express sank 2.7% after its revenue for the latest quarter fell short of analysts' forecasts. It was one of the largest reasons for the Dow's drop, despite reporting stronger profit than expected. Halliburton fell 5.6% after the provider of services to the energy industry matched analysts' expectations for profit last quarter but missed for revenue. Rival SLB was on the winning side of Wall Street after reporting stronger profit than expected, and its stock rose 1.9%. All told, the S&P 500 fell 39.59 points to 5,505.00. The Dow dropped 377.49, or 0.9%, to 40,287.53, and the Nasdaq lost 144.28 to 17,726.94. In the bond market, yields ticked higher. The yield on the 10-year Treasury rose to 4.23% from 4.2% late Thursday. In markets abroad, indexes were mostly lower in Europe and Asia. Stocks fell 2% in Hong Kong and rose 0.2% in Shanghai after Chinese officials briefed reporters in Beijing on the outcome of a top-level meeting of the ruling Communist Party. Stocks fell 2% in Hong Kong and
this shit is going, this shit, see, when this stuff adds up, we don't realize how this stuff affects the market. You remember when Facebook shut down a couple years ago? how they damn near didn't even make it after that. Like they had this really scale back. They lost. It was just a couple days, and they lost billions. They lost billions in a couple days. That's all it takes.
No, it was only a couple hours.
Oh, a couple hours. My
They
bad.
went down
Not
in
even
the
a couple
morning.
days. It was a couple hours.
Yeah, they went down in the morning.
That goes to show you how flimsy this system is.
By
Yeah, I
time,
said a couple days. What the hell am I? Yeah, it was a couple hours.
Couple hours.
They lost billions in a couple of hours, and the whole company almost collapsed. Do y'all understand like what's happening? Like that's what we trying to get through to y'all. This is some crazy shit. When you start hearing about them messing around with the system like this, all right, it's a big transition that's happening. Like, yeah, right. The shit can collapse in a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? I see some niggas in here talking about when computers came out. Man, they was using computers in the 30s. IBM was using computers, big ass computers, took up the whole room. They was even using it during World War II. Yeah, World War yeah, more so World War II, but yeah, a little bit at the end of World War I, they started bringing out them big ass computers that it was just a whole room and a whole computer. You know what I mean? They had to build before they started making them more compact. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this technology been around for a while. That's what we've been telling y'all. When they was processing the Jews into the camps, them little tattoos, they was running them through the computer system. Them tattoos that they was they was using an actual computer system from IBM to do those tattoos that identified the Jews when they was going into the camps. So this shit is it goes back that far, and that was the 40s. That was the late 30s, early 40s and shit. You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show you how long they've been dibbling and dabbling with this technology before they actually release it to the people. People ain't start getting computers in their homes until like the 70s. And it was only exclusive to people who had money and connections, who worked in that field and probably knew how to build them themselves.
Yeah, and then, plus the internet was around since the 60s, though. Remember, they went online. They were using they was using it during Vietnam too.
Yeah,
it was using the internet. It was using it online during the Vietnam as well.
The intelligence agencies was using email ages before we were.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They had that network already built. Just like we telling y'all, they already had the blockchain built already with the internet. So this blockchain shit we talking about has already been existing since the beginning of since they started the internet.
It said early 1991 was the first version of the blockchain.
Bro,
1991.
But there's patent. But listen though, there's patents that came all the way from the 70s though.
Yeah.
But listen, there's patents for the blockchain that especially the distributed ledger technology. Now this is some other shit right here. That ties into the blockchain. Nigga, it's patents from the 70s for that technology already. They was already using it. You know what I'm saying? And with the intelligence agencies were already using it before it was even introduced to the public. Same thing with artificial intelligence. The military and all them was using artificial intelligence before the public had access to it. See, they make Fisher Price versions of that shit for us. They used the technology they use be way ahead of ours, at least by 100 years. And they hash it out. You know what I mean? A little bit at a time. Yeah, at a little and
versions of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And all they doing and all this technology is old technology. Y'all gotta understand, like this we're not at the most highly technological age on the planet. There's been plenty of advanced highly technological ages on this planet. All they doing is just rehashing old shit that they finding and then reverse engineering it. That's it. There's nothing new under the sun, even this technology. It ain't shit new under the sun. So what we telling y'all, all they doing is we just going through cycles of highly advanced ages to ages where we back to stone, brick, and wood. You know what I'm saying? Stone, brick, and wood to highly advanced artificial intelligence computer systems like Skynet, all the way back down to wood, stone, and you know what I'm saying? shit that you find in your surroundings to survive with. That's all Earth is, man. It's just a continuous cycle of that bullshit. Over and over and over and over again.
Hold on real quick. I was trying to get something. Hold on.
It's the same shit, y'all. We're just doing it's in a loop. The wheels of time. So don't think that, oh, artificial intelligence, the planet have never seen nothing like that before. It always have. It always seen that shit. I mean, you can tell they using shit that we don't be using. You know what I'm saying? You can tell they making it look like we ain't have electricity in our homes. You know what I mean? Until Benjamin Franklin and the testing with the key and all that shit. But you can actually read ancient texts where ancient Egyptians and shit already, they had lit houses and all that. Like, it's not even, the shit that they indoctrinated us with is insane compared to the reality of it. That's what I'm trying to get through to y'all. And the reality is starting to peek through now. A lot of us who've been paying attention is starting to realize this. Oh, they just rehashing the same shit. They just finding old technology buried in caves and digging shit up, and they just rehashing it and reverse engineering it and reusing it again and saying that it's new and put some clown in front of it and say, oh, this is the creator of it. When it's just a face or a figure that they put in front of it, but the technology is older than the individual that supposedly created it. Like, y'all, like, you gotta understand, everything they do the same. They use the same pattern for everything, because you gotta think about it. They do the same pattern with movies and TV series. They just keep bringing back the same shit over and over, making sequel after sequel after sequel. Then they start doing prequels and more prequels and then more sequels, and then they can't do sequels anymore. So they say, let's do one for the next generation. Like, that's all they do. And they do the same thing with the technology too. It's the same. They use the same. Y'all gotta understand, this shit is in a loop. So niggas who's really conscious, we getting tired of this shit. We just see the same shit over and over again. We look at, oh, these niggas robotic as hell on this planet. It's just like some bunch of mechanical ass people that just keep doing the same shit every day. Like, and when I say every day, I'm talking about century after century after century. I ain't even talking about day by day. I'm talking about century after century after century. Y'all just do the same shit all day. That's what you would look at if you was trying to observe this place. See, that's what you got to do to break the spell. You got to start observing this place outside of yourself. Don't be biased and observe Earth from within it, from your little biased standpoint as a damn ant. Because that's all we are on this. We just a whole bunch of little ants in this big ass space. But we also could become something like an observer to actually see what's going on if we break our patterns and our mental slavery and step out and then view from another standpoint. And just realize, oh shit, we just keep repeating the same stuff over and over again, even though it's not benefiting us. You will never come to that conclusion if you don't break your mental programming. You will never come to that conclusion that all we do is the same shit every day. Century after century, decade after decade, year after year, minute after minute, second after hour after hour. It's just the same shit over and over again. Like, even when we be covering these subjects with the drama that be going on, it's the same shit. It goes in a cycle. We talking about Diddy, T.I. and Tiny, then it goes back to, you know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Like, niggas, it's the same gossip over and over again. Niggas do the same shit every year. Kanye's back and he's crazier than ever. You know what I'm saying? It's the same, like, it's the same shit. Like, man, look. This shit has to be destroyed at this point because it's a madhouse. It's almost like a madhouse now. Like, damn, people robotic. Niggas is robotic. So of course, Of course they're going to have to collapse the system. They've done it before. It was called the Great Depression, and then a new system came about. I mean, that's when you start learning about Jekyll Island and all that type of stuff. So then it was the Spanish flu before, and before that was the bubonic plague. Fast forward into the future is COVID, and then if you study the financial systems in between those times of those so-called viruses, the financial system always shifted into something else, or it was another industrial revolution coming into play. So it's like virus, collapse, build up, industrial revolution. Virus, collapse, build up, industrial revolution. Like, it's the same shit every day. Like, you just sit, like, oh, these niggas doing the same shit on this planet.
Which is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the next industry.
Like, oh, these niggas just doing the same shit over and over again. It's the same plan. They ain't got nothing new. It's the same plan. And niggas still fall for it. I'm like, damn, it's the same plan, my nigga. Didn't they just do this shit like 30 years ago? Didn't they just do this shit like 10 years ago? Didn't they just come out with another Superman? Damn, they got another Batman. Damn, there's another COVID out. They got COVID 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 19. Like, you started hearing the different COVID strains like there were new movies coming out.
360 you know what I'm saying, angle, bro. 360 degree.
Like every new COVID strain was introduced like it was a new movie or a new TV series, a new Netflix original, a new WHO original. You know what I'm saying?
Moving like clockwork, man.
Like, it's the same, bro. It's the same shit every day.
Moving like clockwork.
They was coming up with different types of strains. COVID, and then at the same time, Coming to America 2 came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all like, how is that the same? Because it's like always a series. It's a series of COVID strains, a series of different types of Batmans, Superman. Like, damn, how many niggas gonna play Batman? And so many niggas played Spider-Man, they just ended up putting them all in one movie. The last Spider-Man I seen, they put every damn Spider-Man that ever played in the movie all in one movie. I said, damn, they just bought all the Spider-Mans that ever played Spider-Man in the day. They ain't have nothing to do with each other. Just bring them all together. I'm like, damn, they really running out of shit to do. Just bring every Spider-Man from that anybody ever played Spider-Man, bring them and put them all in one. And then they tried the same thing with Batman. Yo, it's always a new something of the same old shit that they come out with over and over again. Like, even when they upgrade the cell phones, it still be the same cell phone with minor upgrades. And then you got people that's so brainwashed that they judging people on what type of cell phone they got. I'm like, oh, they really zombified. They really... Those people who doing that, oh, y'all already gone. There's no coming back from that. There ain't gonna never be no coming back from that. You're finished. Your brain, you might as well put a damn neural link in your head. If you judging somebody based on they social media following, or if they got the newest upgraded phone or not, man, just put a damn neural link in your head and get it over with, please, and hook yourself to the blockchain through your brain. Because you're going anyway. So you might as well go get the goddamn neural link, get it installed into your brain, and go to the blockchain. Because you're already so immersed in social media that you judge people based on their social media following or what phone they carrying. You're already gone. So that goes to show you how far this illness is going. Because I almost look at it as an illness, but I realize it's an illness that must happen because, damn, should we hit them with it real quick? It's an illness that must happen. It's an illness that must happen. We might as well hit them with it. Where is that? You know what I'm looking for.
The masses are going to go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the higher level in which the masses gonna be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
Same stuff every day. That's all we do. And you know what? It's not working anymore. That's why the system is breaking down. Because we're supposed to expand. See, us as humanity, we're not expanding. We letting technology do the expanding for us. That's where we messing up. Like, people is so immersed in technology now that they don't even know how to work on themselves. Because everything is for the gram. Everything is for the TikTok. Everything is for the, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, yeah, everything is for that. People can't even sit down and enjoy a meal without putting it on camera.
Yeah, nobody want to fucking chill. Everybody want to be.
Everybody want to be
in the mix. Everybody want to be in the mix of this shit. Everybody want to be
famous.
Everybody want to be clout famous. Motherfuckers want to be YouTube famous. Niggas want to be TikTok famous. They so invested in shit, bro. They can't even see what the fuck going on. People be in their feelings on this app. People always in their feelings on this app. Niggas and women be in their feelings. Motherfuckers be doing the most on this app. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to chill. Nobody wants to chill. Everybody be in their feelings. You know what I mean? So
there's really a transition happening here, and we're going further into the digital realm. Into the so this is a whole new monster. This is a whole new beast. So we just came out of the old beast, but you remember it's two beasts. It's two beasts, niggas. It's two of them. So one beast is already on its way out, but it's another beast that's forming up. And it's happening on multiple levels, not just one.
Watch a show called,
understand what the beast means.
Hold on. Watch a show called American Gods on Stars.
Right.
And you'll get a clear idea of that show, of how it broke down how, you know, the old guys versus the new guys. The old guys versus the new guys. The new guys being technology. The old guys being like, you know, if you want to call them whatever they are, the Nordic gods, the Greek gods, all of those gods was overtaken by the tech, you know, the new technology gods. You know what I mean? So that's the old system going on its way out. We're going into a new system, which is putting us further in density. We're going further and further and further into density, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bringing about the metaverse. Now motherfuckers gonna be able to go into whole different worlds through their motherfucking VR glasses and shit like that. And actually shop.
They already doing it.
Yeah, like actually
already happening.
Shopping with your motherfucking VR glasses on.
Already got it.
Your avatar self in there. And they kind of did it with the I remember when
they already got it, bro. They already got it.
Had that right.
Nah, nigga, the Oculus got that, nigga.
Yeah, well, I know that. I'm just saying where I remember PlayStation 3 having the network where they had like a social thing on there where you can actually go in there as an avatar,
right,
and actually shop and shit and buy shit from malls and shit in there. So now we're going into like a virtual world where you're able to actually purchase real estate in the virtual world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where people can actually go shopping and even with their VR glasses on, bro. Like even if you're in the metaverse, you can actually go put yourself into a goddamn shopping mall and real stores. You're able to order real shit from there and have it shipped to your house. You know what I mean? This is where that's why they're trying to keep everybody inside. So if you're in these 15-minute cities, and you're in this, and you're in cities, 15-mile radius cities or whatever, 15 minutes, 15 miles, whatever. And you're stationary. You can't even go outside of those parameters, bro. But you can through your virtual world, though. That's the thing. You can go through your virtual world, you know what I mean, and go wherever you want in the virtual world. But they're gonna have everybody, centralized into these 15-minute cities.
Right.
Where you ain't even got to leave your motherfucking house no more. You could do that. You ain't got to leave your house now. They got all types of motherfucking shit you can use,
Right, like Instacart and all that shit. Like you ain't even got, Instacart, Uber Eats, Uber. Yeah, they gonna have it to the point.
So they training us. They training us to accept, how things is.
Well, eventually everything's gonna be free. Eventually everything's gonna be free, and they trying to get the universal basic income. Because you gotta think about it. See, people don't understand where technology is going. Technology is going to a place to where humans ain't gotta lift a finger. Artificial intelligence do. See, that's what we trying to tell you. So that means there won't be really no jobs for humans to do. So the only option they will be left is a universal basic income.
That's when the digital currency come into play.
Right.
Everyone dealing with digital wallets, dealing with nano ledgers, digital wallets. The crypto exchanges is becoming a new bank. So I understand all this shit that's happening now is affecting the financial, the old financial system. That's why banks are collapsing. They don't need brick and mortar buildings anymore.
Nah,
that's why
they just use apps and phones.
That's it. Apps and phones and wallets.
Apps and phones.
And ledgers.
Yep.
That's
apps,
it.
phones, wallets, and ledgers. Yep. Apps,
so they
phones,
don't need
wallets, and ledgers. That's it.
They don't need brick and mortar buildings anymore.
Right.
So now they want to turn these living quarters into shopping all in one area. Your living quarters, your shopping quarters. So it'll be like you live at the top level of the building, and all underneath is all that you need within that 15-minute radius. So it's going to be, they don't need to drive cars. They don't need to drive cars in a 15-minute city.
No,
the
you
same
don't.
thing with the line.
iRobot. Just think iRobot.
Saudi Arabia, they
iRobot.
built the line. They drawing on the line in the desert over there. That's another thing we try to put y'all up on. If Saudi Arabia is drawing a line in the desert, that means they drawing a line between the wealthy and the poor. You ever hear that saying? Draw the line in the sand.
Yeah.
Right. The smart city is called the line, and it's in the sand in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's making a statement.
They're making a statement. They drawing the line between the wealthy and the poor. Whereas they're going to push all the poor into one area, and the wealthy is going to be all in one area. So you watch Demolition Man, like we said the other day, you will see the top level of the city is where all the wealthy is at, and at the bottom is where they pushed all the homeless, the criminals, which
so
they wasn't criminal. They was criminals by default because they had to rob. Yeah, they had to rob from the rich to get to the poor. So they had to go above the ground to rob the rich in order to feed the people below. So that's all we're going to see. You think they're going to be able to do this and there ain't going to be any type of revolution? It's always a revolution. It's always a revolution when shit like this happens. It's always going to be rebels.
So they're going to run those cities. So they're going to run those 15-minute cities also, like the movie Snowpiercer, when they was on that train.
Yeah.
And at the train that nobody could leave the train, because if you go outside the train, you'll freeze to death. So the last bit of civilization was on this long train that was going on the track over and over again. And the owner of the train, basically, he divided the train up into different sections, like for the poor. Then you had the people who governed everybody, and you had the upper class. That's the kids of the people who's running people who's running the train.
What you think of the Hunger Games was?
Right.
The Hunger Games was the same thing.
Fact.
They sector out the people. The wealthy lived in one area, and the ones the poor they had playing the Hunger Games lived in one in other sectors. So that's what we dealing with. Now what we do on YouTube is sectors. You got people talking about finance. You got people over here talking about this, and that. So it's the same.
Yeah, they mentioned this patch that they had a problem with. They call it a crowd strike.
CrowdStrike.
They
That's
called
another
the patch that they had a problem updating. They called it a crowd strike. So you gotta think about that. Yeah. That means if they hook everybody up to this new system, they could shut down the whole country's financial stuff with one button.
One button. That's the plan that they had, and that's what they was demonstrating. That they can link all the system together, basically consolidate all the system together, where
so they can have the
everything is being controlled by one button. Yeah,
right.
And they could hit the button. You seen it? It just happened. You just seen it happen. This is just the smaller version of it.
Remember them niggas arguing about buttons? My button is bigger than yours.
Yeah,
remember them arguing about buttons?
What is like North Korea and
Trump. It was Trump and Kim Jong-un arguing about buttons. Yeah, because it's about the buttons. Because when you press the button, you could cut people off from every app. And you gotta think about it. Apps run our lives. Apps run our lives. So if you hooked up to the app and your financial stuff hooked up to the app, you know what I mean? Your work hooks up to your app. Everything hooks up to your device, and they can actually just press one button and stop all of that.
Listen what happened though. Matter of fact, before we get into that, y'all definitely click the goddamn
button. You wouldn't even be able to
Come on, push the button. Yeah, come on, push your button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Let me peep you up on something. What was affected? The banks was affected, the traveling was affected by it. And what else? Microsoft was affected by it, right? These are all the things that we use on a daily basis. Not only that all these things are linked together. They showing you that the financial system, the traveling, all of that is going to be linked to just one system where they control it by the button. It's all linked to this. It's all linked, and that's what this reboot was. All they did was update the system and rebooted it. It wasn't no cyber strike. It wasn't no cyber attack. We know what they was doing. They just updating the system.
Well, they said that it wasn't. They said that it wasn't a cyber attack. They said it was a corrupted. They was doing a security update called a crowd strike, and it was something that was corrupted, a file that was corrupted, and it impacted the whole world.
Only component they leaving out is that they flipping the switch to digital.
They ain't gonna let the public know that. They're not gonna talk about that.
So that's what happened. That's what happened. The digital system just got switched on, y'all.
I ain't get switched on 100%. That's just one
it's
aspect of it. That's just a test.
So that's why the banking was affected by it. The traveling was affected by it. Microsoft, which is basically the processor system that they all using, which is being updated as well, because Bill Gates went in on that. Bill Gates has went in on the blockchain completely. You know what I mean? So we already know he's one of the pillars in that shit, because he got like the biggest computer processor that everyone is using. So we seeing that all that was a reboot to launch the new system. That's it. This shit is accelerating too, bro. Like I'm telling you, this shit is accelerating. And you know what I mean? By 2025, I'm thinking this shit's definitely gonna be at full force. That's why they put FedNow in place. They put all these different
bro, didn't this happen back like 3 years ago? Shit went down. It happened in China too. They said all these phones and everything. So it's like they've been updating the systems for the last 4 years heavily. Especially ever since the COVID. They really started accelerating whatever they're doing as far as upgrading the internet and upgrading from the 5G and all that, everything they upgrading. It really accelerated in the last 4 years.
And that's the only reason why they shut the world down. They ain't gonna tell y'all they shut the world down because they was working on this new system.
Right.
Anyway. They was working on this new system anyway.
Right.
So now we're starting to see them accelerate with it and actually start hitting switches and shit. They hitting switches, bro. Like you said, this is just one aspect of it where the banks and the traveling and all that, they need all that shit to collapse ASAP. So that we ain't saying that the collapse. I don't feel like the collapse is a bad thing.
Right.
I feel like it's just an old system that's being overridden by a new system. And it needs to happen because two can't exist at one time.
Well, it's not the system, it's the people that's running it. It's the hearts of the people that's running the system. Any system could work on this planet. I don't care what type of system it is. If the hearts are in the right place and people work in harmony, with any system could work in that capacity. Because if you think about it, every system in its purity and is all right. It's just how we use it. It's the same thing with anything else on the planet. The same like with fire or water. It's the same. That's what we be trying to tell y'all. It's your intentions behind it.
Tools.
They're just tools. There's nothing wrong with this technological age. So we're not against the technological age. It's just that how it's going to be used. Is it going to be abused or is it going to be used, you know what I mean, to actually elevate people?
And that's why I was saying it goes back to the individual. How are you going to use it?
So we're not anti. So let's not. So
how are you going to use it?
Let's just put this out there. We're not anti-tech on this channel at all. Like we're not anti-tech or anti-internet or we're not anti any of that. It basically is how it's being used is what we're concerned about. How is it going to be used? Is it going to be used to enslave us or is it going to be used to uplift us? Because it could do either or. It's just up to the people. It's really up to the people of what we allow them to do with it and what we do with it. It goes back to what this man said. Hold on. We got to hit him with it one more time because it goes back to what this man said.
Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
All right. Like we said, we could be using this motherfucking YouTube channel to beef with niggas all day.
Right.
But instead, we trying to bring awareness to some shit that really going to affect your life. Because that beefing all day, that shit ain't adding up to nothing. The juice ain't even worth the squeeze to be on here beefing.
It damn sure ain't.
Niggas just doing it for amusement now because niggas ain't getting no money out of that shit. They ain't getting no money out of beefing. Ain't no money in beef on his ass.
Actually, you put your channel at risk beefing.
Yeah, like ain't no goddamn money in
He's
that.
literally destroying what you putting together. That's why, that's why we ain't got no beef because it don't benefit us to beef with anybody on there.
Hell nah.
There's no benefit in that.
The juice ain't even worth the squeeze.
Right, now, because those toxic numbers ain't even worth it.
If we was getting 30 grand the beef, then we'd be beefing all day for the 30 grand.
I'm good, bro. Cause
but it wouldn't be no real, bro. But it wouldn't be no real beef.
That's my piece, bro, is worth it. More than that. Way more than that.
So we'd rather use it to bring the information and shit, bro. Because that's the only thing that's gonna actually help motherfuckers that's gonna be able to sustain through this shit. So we telling niggas, like, if you ain't clicking up with your local food sources, farmers markets and butchers in your area, if you ain't linking up with people, like-minded people that make products to sell, because all we gonna get at the end of the day with these corporations is the same motherfucking poison that we get, that they've been feeding us for years. And we already see the results of that shit. Lawsuits up the kazoo, people walking around fucked up, sick, all types of ailments and shit. So we getting back to the part where you gotta be able to make your own motherfucking products to sell. That's why I said it's no point to even be on this motherfucker if you ain't trying to, make shit sustainable for you and your family. Niggas just
and there ain't no excuse. Because the information to start a business and everything is online. Like that's what we said. There's a lot of good to the internet as well as a lot of bad. It's like that with everything on the planet. So you know what I mean? And the thing is, we talking about our perception of good of the internet is using it to build yourself up and the people around you. You can live a healthy, comfortable life. That's Of course you're gonna have stressors in your life, but it'll be stuff that you'll be able to handle because you got because you grounded. You know what I mean? That's all we saying.
And get back to the information. Get out your feelings and get back to the real information.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time to be worrying about. Ain't nobody got time to be in their feelings on this shit, bro. It's real shit going on. Get out your feelings and get to the information.
Right.
Or get out the way. Simple and plain.
Well, the information is going to become more and more important. You're going to see more people drifting from the drama and all the petty stuff to trying to find out what's going on with the real information.
With the real
same thing that happened with the COVID stuff.
Right.
And the George Floyd stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same. We do the same stuff every day. Like it's going to take for some more tragedy to happen for people to wake up and get out of pettiness. And then, like we said, it's okay with a little bit of pettiness because we do that too. Don't get it effed up. We still Petty Murphy and Petty Pendergrass, but it's a time and a place.
Yeah, don't be in that all day.
Don't be in that all day. Like niggas be playing all day, up and down the street all day playing.
Get out your feelings.
It's a time and a place.
You know what I mean?
And like we said, everybody ain't privy to the information that we talking about in our particular sector. In our particular sector that we, you know what I mean? Everybody's not privy to this. That's why everybody's not here.
Exactly.
Because this type of information is only for the people who gives a crap. That's why y'all still here. People that care about what's going on in the actual life more than they care about what's going on the computer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's
and those are the people that matter. Because you gotta think about it. How you gonna have a whole life around you in real life and only care about what goes on the computer?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
Bro, that's wild to me.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's wild to me.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the stuff that we don't pay attention to. Right. That's why I said the masses are brain dead right now, and technology is assisting in that. It's accelerating, bro. Everything is accelerating. Everything, the technology is accelerating. The brain damage of humanity is accelerating. Even though you got a big sector of people waking up, but there's a huge amount of part of the masses that's just
it's a narrow road, bro.
They done, bro. They mindset. They judging people on they social media following. That's not even real life.
They're judging people on their views.
You know what I'm saying? They judging people on how many views or how many followers they got.
None of it.
I don't give a shit about none of that. And people are so judging people about what phone you got. Oh, you're an Android user. I don't like Android user. Oh, you do iPhone. I don't like any of those. I hate Apple products. Like, if people go to war about that. That's how petty society is right now. This shit is about to collapse. This has to collapse.
I mean, it is. I mean, we just see what just happened today, bro. We just seen what happened. One click of a button, and this shit could be over with, bro. I'm telling you, one button push, and this shit could be over with, bro. Thanos, the Thanos snap, my nigga. Thanos snap. Jumping from one consciousness to another, bro. So that's the thing about it. If your consciousness is not speeding up, you're stuck in the old paradigm. So that's where your mind is going to be at. And your surroundings is going to reflect that. Your surroundings is going to reflect your old mindset.
Right.
Niggas that's consciousness speeded up, their surroundings is going to reflect that. That's why we're able to talk like we talking with this shit, because if you processing the information, bro, at a faster rate, and you actually connecting the dots in your mindset, then your surroundings will change because you're being aware of the shit that's already there. Like the shit that's been happening, it's always been there. It's just, are you conscious aware of that shit yet?
Facts.
Is your eyes open, nigga? Is your mind open, nigga? Is your heart open, my nigga? Because if your heart closed and your mind is closed off, then you can't even receive no new information. Nope. So those type niggas gonna be stuck in the old paradigm, bro. Closed-minded, closed heart is gonna result to you not even being able to receive new information.
Wow.
So if your heart chakra ain't open, you're like, nigga, I know like niggas like to talk about the chakras, you know. If your heart ain't open and your mind ain't open, and you closed off, then you stuck in that old paradigm. You can't even fathom what niggas is saying. That shit sound like foreign language. It sounds spooky. It sound crazy. Nah, it's just that you're closed-minded.
Cause it's just like switching the dial on the radio. Like you got to be in the right frequency to get a certain channel.
Exactly.
And some niggas is just not with the same frequency, and that's okay. And that's okay. Because you know what I
like
mean,
you
you can
said,
always they can always switch channels because they eternal energy anyway.
Right.
They immortal energy anyway, so you can always they got all eternity to change channel.
Not everybody waking up at the same time, bro.
Right.
That's like everybody in your house wake up at the same time. Nah.
Right.
Some niggas, like I said the other day, some niggas gonna wake up at 12. Some niggas gonna wake up at 6 o'clock. Some niggas might not wake up at all. And those the motherfuckers that stuck for eternity until they able to wake up. I'm telling you, bro, some motherfuckers been down here for some motherfuckers been down here for billions of years, bro, and still ain't get up out this motherfucker yet. They stuck here. Stuck.
Yeah, but what's a billion years to eternity though?
Exactly. Nothing. Just a smidget.
We thinking about it for humanity. That's what I'm saying. Breaking that mindset of observing things with humanity mindset. Observe things outside of that. Start looking at the world like if it was eternal, like it was infinite. So what would a billion years be to eternity?
A smidget.
Right.
Horton hears the who or some type of shit like that.
This is when you start talking like this when your consciousness speeds up.
Yeah, right. And I remember
you start talking like, and you start understanding. You start understanding the information that you relaying to people. And that's a difference of understanding and understanding. It's two different things. Understanding and understanding are two different things. You got the esoteric and the exoteric.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, these like everybody can't go. So everybody,
everybody can't go.
Some people gonna be stuck in an old paradigm. And hey, they still got time to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Everyone still you got eternity to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You probably already did it a million times over anyway.
Infinity times over because it's infinity.
Yeah, like you can't even fathom eternity. If you can understand or understand eternity, that means you probably even did the same shit millions of times over, billions of times over. It's infinite. So that's all we doing is traveling through these different cycles. That's it.
And get this, JR, both science and religion believes in eternity. Because when you break down the science and math, they say there's infinite universes. And when you go to church, they say you can either live with God for eternity or you can live in hell with Satan for eternity. You know what I'm saying? So no matter whether you science or religious, eternity still exists. There's still an infinite amount of everything, infinite energy. That's why nothing really runs out. Everything replenishes itself over time. Everything heals over time.
Transformed. All we doing is
everything. Yeah, and a form of healing is transforming.
Yep.
Transforming is a form of healing. Transitioning is a form of healing. Transitioning is a form of healing. For real.
So you look at the watch. If you got a clock, you look at the clock, you'll be that dot in the middle. You'll be that dot in the middle.
Think
Those
energy,
hands
y'all.
Them hands will be carrying you through time. I mean, understand the metaphysics of the watch. That's what the watch represents. You being that dot in the middle, and those hands is traveling through time. So you got 12 hours. You got 12 hours. You got 12 zodiac signs. You got 12 tribes of Israel. You got 12 and 12. You have 12 disciples. You know what I'm saying? So that's moving off
12
12.
months,
That's
right. 12 months. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're traveling through those 12 cycles, if you understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Soul traveling through them 12 cycles, man. That's it. So each time we transform, it's we always traveling through time through, you know what I mean, through those 12 cycles, and we see what comes with those cycles.
All right.
Shit like this. Technological ages and different, different things that we deal with technology wise.
And your soul is going through 12 disciplines. That's what that basically that means.
Yeah, you got 12 grades of school.
Yeah, right.
12 grades of school. That's enough. You know what I mean?
Your soul is going through 12 disciplines. Through each house, you gotta realize the Christ energy goes through each house. Always
Right.
goes through the house of his disciples. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta think about it. Disciples and discipline is the same. And you realize each disciple had something to learn from the Christ energy. But at the end of the day, it's all the same being, because everything is one at the end of the day. So once you understand everything is one at the end of the day, the division is that means the division is delusion. That means division is delusion. You gotta think about it. Division is where the chaos starts. Because we always say the term divide and conquer. Man, they love divide and conquer, man. Divide and conquer. Because division is where the chaos starts. But if you knew that the Lord God is one, or you're one, or the energy is one, or there's only really one universe or one world divided up, that's all everything is. That's just reality, period.
The body is one, but have many members, right?
Right.
In my Father's house, there are
It's just
many
everything
mansions.
is division.
Right?
Division
I mean,
is the key to chaos.
if you got to break down the language barriers when it
Right.
comes to when them scriptures we talking about, in them
Right.
ancient scriptures we talking about. In my Father's house, there's many mansions. All that means is just one
Right.
body with
Right.
many cells inside of it,
Facts.
which we represent. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what we represent.
That's it. Ain't nothing else. Ain't
Each
nothing else to it. It ain't
each,
even.
each
It ain't.
person is
You
their own
overcomplicate things.
mansion. Yeah, man eons. Each person is their own man eons. So
Right.
we spell mansion with mansion, man eons.
And science break down
Yeah,
the
man.
same. So science and spirituality and religion
It's
all
one.
is really
It's one.
talking about the same thing. So there's really
Third,
nothing to be fighting
yeah.
over.
Third is us, which is the witness to two. We have to observe the two, science and religion, or science and spirituality.
There ain't nothing to be fighting over.
Us being the third. So when they talk about the Father, the Son, and the Holy, it's always the three. It always moving the three, right? So science and spirituality being the two, us being the third that witnessed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got two. That's why we got two eyes. Duality. We witnessing.
You got two eyes. You
living-
got the left
two
eye,
eyes.
right? You got two hands, two legs.
Two hands, two legs.
But only
right.
one head, because there's only one universe, one mind.
Exactly. So that.
Yeah, the body literally represents the design of all of existence. That's the key. That's why I said, let us make man in our image. The image is all of existence. So science, religion, and spirituality all tie in together. There's no reason why there should be any fighting or division.
And that's how they're able to excel, is through the division.
There's no reason to be fighting. That's why I don't even debate with nobody or with that type shit. Like, yeah, just say, yeah, you right. Because they are right. If you're looking at it from the highest standpoint, they right from the highest standpoint. They just don't know why they're right. But at least you know why they're right. But you know their mindset, you know why they're wrong, because based on their mindset when they're thinking about that particular observation. But if you're looking at that observation, not from a human standpoint, but from an eternal standpoint, standing outside of yourself and outside of the planet, and then thinking like, all right, let's look at this from an eternal standpoint. You can't be wrong.
All right.
That's when you become the observer. And you start observing this shit through a magnifying glass.
Start with.
And then you start seeing it. Then you start seeing niggas is doing the same shit every day. Century to century to century. You're like, damn, do the same shit every day.
Yeah, it's like playing the fucking Sims,
bro.
It's like playing the Sims
draining.
game, bro. It's like playing the Sims game and you creating a Sim character, playing inside the Sim world, inside the virtual world, and you controlling it from the outside.
Right.
With a fucking controller. Wouldn't that be the same ordeal with us?
Right.
Being stuck in this on the earth and controlling ourselves from outside of this motherfucker?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be the same deal. But some motherfuckers get too comfortable because they'll feed their sim character before they feed themselves. Like, your ass been sitting there playing this sim game all day, ain't take a piss, you ain't eat, drink nothing, but you on there feeding your fucking sim character and making sure your sim character eat.
Yeah.
That's the goddamn disconnect right there.
And it's even happening on human, from a human to a spiritual standpoint,
not just exactly
from human to a video game standpoint or the internet standpoint. It's from the human to the spiritual standpoint. You don't give a shit about your spiritual self no more.
Yeah, that would be the equivalent of you feeding yourself physical daily bread, but you ain't eating no spiritual bread. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't getting no
give a shit about your natural self.
Right, you ain't getting
and
no
we walk around
bread.
thinking the human is our natural self.
These niggas eating physical bread all day, getting fat as fuck. They ain't doing
How the
nothing
human
about
gonna be
spiritual bread?
How the humans, the physical self that's always in a state of decay, how is that gonna be your natural self? If the world, look, if reality is eternal, if science believe in eternity, and even religion and spirituality believes in eternity, why would this physical body be your natural self?
It would.
That means it wouldn't be your natural self because it eventually is going to die out. So it's not your natural self. So even as a human, you're not organic because you're still an imitation of something else. So officially, you're still artificial intelligence as a human. As humans, we are artificial intelligence. Humanity is artificial intelligence because it's not the original. See, to us, it's everything. It has to be the original. You know, we was born in it. We human. Look at us. We're all human beings. Yeah, but we ain't the first. There's worlds before us. Right. There's worlds before us. So you got to understand the energy that's inside of this human is older than everything. The energy that's running your body, the energy that's running your mind, the conscious, the observer, that's older than everything. Than all the technology, all the planets and all the stars and everything. It's older than all of that.
Shit, they created that. They created all that. Created all that.
So that once you start thinking from that mindset, you don't care what they do. They can shut all this shit down, or they can, you know what I mean, keep it going.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna matter to a person who's observing from the eternal side of things.
I like that. I like that mindset too. We continue saying my avatar living her best life. I like that. Long as you understand that from that standpoint that your physical being is actually an avatar to the spiritual realm, then you'll be. I mean, of course, your humanity gonna kick in when some sad shit happen, like losing a loved one, or
yeah,
you know what I mean, that's just the humanity side of us. But when you understand that you know that's
all
not
things are yours.
That ain't the end all be all though.
Humanity is yours as well as spirituality is yours. See, the thing is, we can't say, oh, let's just totally reject humanity or totally reject spirituality.
Hey.
All of it is yours to enjoy. All of it. So you're not even supposed to be looking at it as, oh, humanity is the enemy, or spirituality is the enemy, or science is the enemy, or technology is the enemy. Nah, all this stuff is yours to be. It's just how you use it. Like it goes back to saying how you can use fire to either cook your food, or you could use it to blow someone up and burn somebody up, or you could use it to heat your home up, or you could use it to burn someone's home down. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is the same way. Everything in existence is the same way.
Real talk.
Like that's real. Like it ain't nothing realer than that. What could be realer than that? What's more reality based than that? It ain't nothing more reality based than that. So that's why we saying we not anti anything. It's just how is it being used?
That's it.
That's
how's
it.
The tool being used?
Yeah, how's it being used? How's that tool being used? Are you using that tool to build something, or are you using that tool to smack somebody over the head with it? And you might be smacking somebody over the head with that tool to protect yourself and your family. Who knows? Like, so everything is so nothing. What we saying is nothing is evil or bad within itself. how it's being used. So we're not on here saying, oh, the crypto system and blockchain and all that. That can be used to uplift people.
No, that shit could be used for
but
yeah.
it also could be used to enslave people.
Yeah.
And there's a reality where both things exist at the same time. And it's your choice which side you want to be on.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just got to tap into yourself. You got to stop being distracted by the things that's going on outside of yourself and start paying attention to the things that's going on inside of yourself first. That's the key. The key.
I understand. Yeah, let it breathe. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's still 30% off. You know what I mean? While we on a live stream, we definitely see the orders coming in, and you know, we're gonna get right to them.
Yeah,
you know, we love shipping y'all. We trying to get as fast as Amazon. So I mean, it don't quite work out like that 100% of the time because them niggas got planes and boats now. Yeah, I mean, Amazon got planes and boats now. We ain't got planes and boats.
They got blimps too.
Right. But man, we definitely be getting y'all packages together for sure. Man, 30% off on both shops. I know a lot of y'all been using that Zeolite and depend on that. Was 30%. You know what I mean? While we on live stream, if you gotta use the discount code NDLive30, all capital letters. NDLive30. Y'all know our products is high quality because we know the commercialized stuff is poisoning us. They got mad lawsuits up the kazoo for all types of stuff we've been using for years. The baby powders, the hair perms, and all that. All them companies are being sued for the poisons. We develop our company and our brand around chemical-free products made by entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? People who got the same skin tone and skin color as you got, you know, same melanated skin that needs certain things for our skin. We got all of that, and it's chemical-free. You know, when we go into those big corporate chains, they only got a little small aisle. You know what I mean? For us, it's like a couple things on one little small aisle. It ain't even a whole aisle. It'd be like the end of the aisle. It'd be like the corner of the aisle. Yeah, and then a rack on the side with a little bit of extra shit there. And that's all you get. And it's all poison anyway. They might have one brand there that's natural, but it'd be overpriced, way overpriced. All the rest would just be the chemical stuff that they got sued for. So all of our hair care products, skin care products, all that is made from natural ingredients. Natural.
Yeah, you could buy shit. You could buy poison anywhere.
Yeah, you can get poison anywhere
for
sure.
But yeah, that's why it's important that some people actually step out of that, you know, and separate themselves from that mindset of and actually create natural products for people to use, because like the corporations mass produce that shit all day. And a lot of that shit get recalled or pulled off the shelf anyway.
Yes, it does.
That shit be getting pulled off the shelf.
Because people be getting sick from their products. Yeah. That's why.
Like people, that shit happening on a daily basis. Some shit always getting recalled back. That stopped the mass producing. That's what's causing all the cancer and shit, is this mass producing.
Facts.
Because they only putting a little bit of
they saying 1 in 2 people now.
Bro,
they put diagnosed with cancer.
They put a little bit of the ingredient in there.
Half the population.
And the rest of that shit be filler. They put a small amount of whatever herb or whatever they want to put in that shit, and the rest of it be fillers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people be trying to get on, like, hey, they prices might be high. You gotta realize people is making this shit naturally. You know what I'm saying? Naturally making this shit, buying all the stuff and naturally making this shit. Hey. All the herbs is being purchased and picked from,
not just
grown from.
Grown, nigga, like
grown. That's what I said.
Picked
from, grown and picked from. You know what I'm saying? They and actually, so yeah, it's going to cost a little bit more, The corporations is
Well,
mass producing that shit, so they, of course, they could charge
it's the
maybe
fees
less.
though too that they charge
Yeah.
us to be entrepreneurs.
Right.
Any
The
of y'all
fees,
in here who's
yeah.
entrepreneurs, y'all know these fees is
Fees.
high as hell
Right.
to run a business, and it's not by it's orchestrated. It's
Right.
definitely orchestrated.
Like you gotta understand, like
These
what we
processing
doing.
companies and all the shit, the amount of money they charge, just even for the shipping and all that shit's expensive. Everything's expensive. The fees behind everything is so expensive running a business, and it's expensive, which makes it more expensive for the customers. And it's orchestrated through regulation and shit like that. See, the regulations and stuff, that the policies that they create only benefit big corporations. It never benefit smaller entrepreneurs or middle-class businesses. It only benefits corporations.
All right.
All the policy and regulations only benefit them. 100%, man. See, those of us who've been putting in the work, you know what I mean? We see how things is really ran out here and who's really running it.
And you have to be aware of the shit so you're able to know how to move accordingly. Like you know what I'm saying? Because if you just going along with the program and shit, then you're gonna be subjected to more. You opened up for more shit. You know what I mean? To affect you, rather than you being conscious, aware of some shit. You able to move accordingly to how how shit is being ran. So that's what it's about. It's about the information and retaining that shit and using it.
It's all about the information.
Elevate yourself. You gotta elevate yourself out here. Can't nobody elevate you for you. You gotta elevate your goddamn self. You gotta, man. I gotta hit y'all with old head. Let's hit you with old head. That's because y'all ain't get paying attention to the information. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you don't have the information.
Okay.
Huh? Just public. All you got to do is go look it up. Huh? I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you didn't. You say you thought. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
So well, I don't want to hear what you thought. I saw the check, nigga. Huh? So I got to sit in what you thought. Who cares? Huh? That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Niggas better start checking. Check. I mean, y'all niggas better start checking. Stop playing around all day. Stop worrying about shit that don't matter all day. Stop wallowing in shit all day that don't matter, man. Start getting to this information, man, so you can elevate your fucking life. So you can elevate yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all niggas be doing, man. Playing around with this motherfucker, man. Niggas ain't got time to be all up and down all day playing and shit.
Nah. Nope.
Because there's no time for it. I mean, it's really no time for that. To be playing all day.
So what you think they next? Where you think they gonna go from here? All right, they already updated the Microsoft thing. I think they already did Apple. I think Apple was done like 3 years ago. For some reason, I remember Apple going down for a little bit too. Yeah. Facebook also.
Let me see. Let me check.
I'm telling you, they updating. All of these systems are being updated right now. All of these systems are being updated. And you know, when you update a system, you got to reboot it. So because you got to remember, it was a couple years ago where they had a problem with air traffic controllers where they couldn't leave, or they couldn't, where the flights couldn't leave because there was something wrong with the equipment with the air traffic controllers. And this happened a couple years ago, like 2 years ago. So you gotta understand, this is they tell us one thing, but we know it's something else. They tell us one thing, but we know it's something else. For sure.
You gotta pay attention to what's going on.
Right.
And the thing about it is, you gotta be able to have discernment to connect the dots. Because a lot of the information is scattered. When I tell y'all the information is scattered, You know what I mean? Like the truth is scattered. So you got to be able to actually puzzle that shit together. You know what I mean? Start connecting the dots. Gotta start connecting the dots, man.
Well, it's hard to connect the dots until you gotta get out of your biased mindset.
Yeah.
Like the program, because we all got programming that you gotta break before you even able to even see what's going on out here. You gotta break your own programming first.
And then you gotta think about how the more people become aware and self-aware, these outside entities gotta move different, because they like, all right, it's a mass amount of people that woken up. We can't even deceive them no more with this. So now we got to move according to the people. Like we told y'all, you turn a pyramid upside down, the power is at the bottom, not the top. Like, you ever see the pyramids and they be having like the elites at the top? It'd be like the Rothschild niggas up there, and IMF banks and all.
You talking about
niggas?
You talking about the so-called Illuminati
so-called
pyramid?
Illuminati. The motherfuckers is weak. They weak. They not strong as the bottom. The only reason why they able to be strong at the top is because they divided the bottom. It's division at the bottom, so now it makes the structure of the bottom of the pyramid weak as shit. But if the mass, like more of the masses wake up, then they have to move different. They can't move the same. That's why they try to create a lie after a lie. They always got a lie to cover up another lie. It's lie after lie, lie after lie.
Well, it's called a pyramid scheme. It's called a pyramid scheme for a reason. That's why they use the pyramid as an example.
Pyramid scheme. So all that Illuminati shit niggas be talking about, that shit weak, man. It's weak. It is. They have no power. The only reason they got power is because you give them the power. Freddy Krueger, he only gets power through the dream of your ass being scared. So you go into the dream scared as shit, that gives Freddy Krueger his power. If you catch what I'm saying, those motherfuckers will be Freddy Krueger. The more you be scared of the Illuminati and the government's going to do this, they going to do that, that's only feeding their power. That means they taking the power away from you, and you're giving your power to them. They ain't even taking it away from you. You're giving your power to them by saying that shit.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You giving Freddy Krueger all the power because you can't even overcome the fucking dream that you living in. You think it is real. So this nigga kicking your ass in your dream. Freddy Krueger whooping your ass.
More like Petty Krueger.
Yeah, Petty Krueger whooping your ass while you sleep. And that's what these elites do. They whoop your ass while you sleep. And that's what they do. They whip our asses while we sleep.
Petty Krueger to me.
But when you wake up, you're like, all right, well, I can take this belt and whoop your ass now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can take this belt away and whoop your ass now. I ain't sleep no more, nigga. What you talking about?
No more sleep.
No more sleep. Fuck up. What you sleep for? He said, I'm scared. I ain't scared of no damn Freddy Krueger.
Petty Krueger.
Petty Krueger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely
none of this shit ain't
it's like Monsters Inc., bro.
Yeah, none of this shit's supposed to be spooky. None of this
like
shit.
The Pixar. It's like the Pixar movie Monsters Inc. They built their city off the fear of the little kids. So they built this infrastructure off the fear of the people.
Yeah.
So it's still the Monsters Inc. model that they're using. See, you see how the concept when they put these movies out, these concepts that they use, metaphysically, they able to control us with these concepts. That's what we trying to tell y'all. Like, if once you're conscious of it, you can see what they're doing, you can see the design, then you start to see, so Monsters Inc. Okay, so they collecting the screams and the fear off the kid, adrenochrome, and then using it to basically energize the city, to power the city up. Wow, man, this is crazy. And so that means it's happening on a spiritual level too. So with these avatars is powering something up that they're feeding off of. Oh, it's like the Matrix. The Matrix started using the humans as batteries to power their AI city up. So Monsters Inc. and the Matrix is literally so Monsters Inc. and the Matrix is literally the same damn thing.
Concept. Yeah, it's the same concept.
It's the same concept. That's what we're trying to get y'all to look at things. You know what I mean? From that intellectual standpoint or from that observation, these concepts still the same. Monsters Inc. and the Matrix is the same. The Matrix, the agents, they literally had the humans in little tanks,
little pods.
I meant, yeah. Well, pods, tanks, it's the same shit. They had them in pods in a dead state. Their minds were dead, and they were hooked up to the metaverse. So that's a reflection of what's going on in real life. Because if you think about it, the people who's heavily into this social media shit to the point where they judging you based on your, you know what I mean, what type phone you got or your followers, they're no different than the motherfuckers who was in the pods in the Matrix, powering the Matrix up.
But then you had the Independent, which is Neo and them.
And Morpheus and all, Morpheus and Trinity.
They was doing that independently.
And you're right. Outside of the system.
Yeah, to save people from the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So you have those independents. So that's that's the mindset that you got to move at. You got, all right, well, we know they operating at a mass, but you got independent people that's doing it at a lower level. But their mission is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people, like the independents, is trying to pull people and save them from the Matrix, and the agents in them is trying to keep people locked in.
Right.
Trying to keep people locked in from getting out of the Matrix. Remember, they made the big deal in that the agents was trying to get the keys to Zion through Morpheus. Remember, they was torturing them, trying to get the keys to get inside the real world.
Right.
To basically take over that shit. So that, I look at this shit the same concept, bro. It's the same concept.
So the machines created the virtual world for the humans who were stuck in the pods, so they could generate the energy to power the machine. So their lives, all the emotions and stuff built up from living them fake virtual lives is what powers the Matrix. So the Matrix would intentionally put hurdles in your life so they could stir up the emotion so you can power the system.
The internet.
Right. So that's happening right now. So the Matrix is a documentary. Right.
It's the internet.
It's happening on a spiritual level too. Right. Because our physical avatars is food for some type of spiritual entity that's feeding off of humans, like the monsters was feeding off of Monsters Inc. or the AIs was feeding off of the niggas from the Matrix.
Same concept.
So it's the same concept. It's the same. That's why they talking about it's war. A war broke out in heaven. It's spiritual. Because you gotta think about it. Humanity, this physical reality is a metaverse because it's not the original. Our energy is trapped here in a physical realm, just like those people was trapped in those pods in the Matrix, or just like those kids, you know what I mean, was scared in those closets and they was generating the scream, the energy from their screams. They was using that to power their city, but in the Matrix, they was generating the energy from our emotions of living in a virtual worlds. That's insane. Just like now, all the emotional stuff we go through as humans, there's beings out there that's feeding on that.
Please off that shit.
Right.
Hey.
So basically, the Matrix and Monsters Inc. Adrenochrome is a documentary. Spiritual adrenochrome.
That's the only concept they can actually go off of. Is the
spiritual
original
adrenochrome,
concept, which is us. We're the original concept of that. So you only could. It's just really just art, just imitating reality,
right?
Because we're the original of that concept. Right. We're the reason why that concept exists. So you will only write from that concept anyway. From the original concept, you can't even write from. You can't get nothing from something you don't know other than what what's right here in your reality. The concept that we're living like they was in the goddamn Matrix versus them living in Zion.
Right.
The spiritual realm would be Zion. And notice they named it Zion. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Y'all realize, so another concept, right? That they use, that Monsters Inc. style or Matrix style is the COVID stuff. They like the companies who own all the gloves, the masks, are the same people.
Talk about that too much.
Because it's public record.
All right.
That's how they was able to extract niggas from the fear of COVID. They was able to make a killing. Like as far as money wise, they was able to, bro. It's the same concept.
Bro, you said
they made a killing on the market. Yeah.
Literally.
That too. But I was talking about the financial situation behind all the money they made off the gloves, the masks, the medicines, all that stuff that they was selling out of fear because people were scared, and they used that money to build their new system with. So it's the same thing. It's the Matrix and Monsters Inc. all over again.
Don't say that shit again. Don't let that shit go over the head, nigga. What they use that money for? To build
their new system. They use that money that they made off the come up of the sphere of the COVID to build a new system with it. Just like Monsters Inc. They use the screams. They use the screams of the kids to build the cities up. It's the same concept. They do the same stuff every day. Yay!
Hold on, we need one more scheme to pull off before we
one more scheme. So we need one more big scheme to pull off, right?
Scheme off so we can use that money to build our new infrastructure.
Right.
You know what I mean? They say, oh, okay, let's come up with this concept. You know what I'm saying?
Make you scared to keep you buying. Yep. Because you gotta think about it, man. How much money people was making off the mask and the gloves? So just imagine the companies who own those companies who produce those things. How much did they make off of that? Because it was mandated to wear everywhere in the world. Just about every country in the world you had. So just imagine how much money was made off of that. And that's just one aspect of it. We ain't even gonna get into the other aspects of it. It's the same thing that they was using in Monsters Inc. The little kid screams is no different than the fear of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Rate the plan, right in the movie. Boom.
Yeah, smash that like button if y'all ain't hit that like
button.
Hell
yeah, y'all need to share this because this is the realest thing you ever gonna hear in this sector.
I know, we talk about some bullshit. Once in a while, we talk about some bullshit. Get petty once in a while, roast a nigga once in a while, but
all right,
we ain't stuck on that.
Mm-mm.
We ain't stuck on that shit. Like,
right, Freddie. Yep, Freddie.
My mindset can't even allow me to get stuck on no shit like that.
Hey,
I can't get stuck on petty shit all day, bro.
I can see Freddie. I can see Freddie with, instead of having claws, I can see him with 5 COVID vaccines on each.
Yeah, I think somebody did an illustration.
Oh, somebody did that?
Hell yeah. Niggas was doing all types of illustrations during that time. They had like Freddie had the glove on with like vaccine joint, you know what I mean, as the glove and shit. Yeah. People was doing illustrations like that.
Right. It's the same thing. Freddy Krueger got his power from people being scared in the virtual world. I mean, in the dream world, in the dream state. In the virtual reality is another dream state. The metaverse is another dream state.
See, when Facebook first did it, they didn't they had to they was trying to do it under the old system, so it didn't kind of work out for them. With the metaverse, it didn't really work out for them. Plus, they took that L when Facebook went down, which I think they did that on purpose because they wanted to collapse that shit anyway.
Right.
But now the virtual world will be a little bit more advanced. I see how they doing it now. I see how the Zuckerberg and whatever his team is, how they developing that shit now. and it looks more up to date. It looks more, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It looks more, you know, I don't know. Before that shit, it kind of looked like Sim / Atari looking, not Atari, but PS3 type of graphics.
Yeah,
Of
right,
the
right.
That shit ain't look right. That
Hey,
shit looks cheesy. It looked
it was
trash.
cheesy.
But
It was
now
really
you're
cheesy.
able to put your human self inside the metaverse. I seen Mark Zuckerberg and them demonstrating.
Right.
Now you're putting your human avatar into the metaverse, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Get real. So when you walking through the metaverse, you're gonna see people that look like, but everyone's gonna look human. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna look like graphically like Nintendo, PS3 graphics and all. It's not gonna look like that type of metaverse. It's actually gonna be humans walking around, interacting with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As
Right.
themselves. Or whoever you
Right.
want to change up to be with the shit. But I think they get gearing more towards you putting yourself in there because they want to be able to track your identity. So you can't go into the metaverse as somebody else unless you hacking some shit and changing it up or doing whatever. But this time you actually got to go into the metaverse as yourself. I seen
Right.
Zuckerberg and them demonstrating that shit. They already got clips and shit out demonstrating that already.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all, still 30% off. You know what I
That
mean?
shit was crazy.
While we on a live stream, y'all, 30% off on both shops. If y'all was looking to buy the Zeolite right now or get something for your skin, if you got eczema problems or any type of dry skin problem, anything like that. Yeah, I mean, you know, we got the whipped body butters on there. They excellent, chemical free, made with natural organic ingredients. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, made with like shea butter and all that. Is whipped, so it's really good. Of course, we got the CBD.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't.
Hold on, y'all. I'm hitting wrong buttons and shit. My bad,
And
y'all.
the CBD is 30% off also. So on Night and Day Herbal. So if you was looking to buy pre-rolls or CBD smokes or the CBD balm, any of that, it's 30% off while we on a live stream. You know what I mean? When you gotta use discount code NDLive30. That's NDLive30. All capital letters. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's by accident. Y'all be hitting wrong shit. All right. Yeah,
So make
but
sure y'all head over there. Links is pinned to the top, and links are being pinned in the chat ad.
All right. So what you asked the question earlier, you was like, all right, where you think they going from here now?
Yeah, where you think they gonna go from here?
Well, they already passed the digital crypto bill through the House. Now it's going before the Senate. So I think they just trying to accelerate that and trying to get the new financial system up and going. Because I mean, the deficit that niggas is at in this climate right now, boy, 34 trillion, 35 trillion in debt.
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
This country can't even deal with that type of shit right now. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So what you think what you think the next John is? Like, all right, we just seen they saying the cyber attack. They said it was a corrupt file or something that I don't understand how one corrupt file could bring down a global network like that. Like, why is everything so connected to where if one thing get corrupted, it brings down a global network? Like they should do something to where they can consolidate that, not to where it just affects the whole world. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
Right.
Because that means if a nigga F up all the way on the one side of the globe, it affect everybody else on the other side of the globe.
Yeah, you see how those people's at the airport, them motherfuckers was they like, man, I'm missing my flight. See the banks and shit, people panicking at the banks and all that shit. Like, bro.
So if we continue into a system like this and we got wicked individuals that got control of these buttons that could shut these systems down whenever they feel like it, I don't think that's the move. I don't think that's the move.
Yeah, it's going like we said, it's gonna come down to people using it to benefit themselves in a way where they're able to sustain themselves as much as possible through these times where they trying to they trying to turn up the heat with this shit, the regulations, the financial system, It's gonna take, like I said, it's gonna take people like-minded as yourself to even bring together, network with, and start creating systems outside of the systems. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Creating systems
Networking,
outside.
like what we doing right now.
Yeah.
Like we still gotta use the system, but we creating a system, a subsystem within the system by creating our own network of people, entrepreneurs and content creators. See, that's how you gotta do it. But of course, they have to be people you can harmonize with, and it's about their business and got the same mindset you have.
Right.
That's what it's really about. But I feel like social media is against that in itself. The way social media is, I feel like it's naturally, because it's like you can't accelerate on social media without the drama, and it's like everybody, even the rappers, even the politicians, are beefing on Twitter and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know how silly that is? And all they doing is teaching us how to do the same thing so we can stay divided. That's what we're saying. Division is the key to chaos. Division is literally the key to chaos. And all we did was teach a younger generation how to be toxic on the internet and how to be vain. We taught a whole new generation how to be vain and toxic on the internet. That's it.
Nah, but that's not that, like, you can still like we said, goes back to Prince was saying, you got to use the internet. Don't let the internet use you. Use the computer. Don't let it use you. So you can use it to network and actually build. You could build your tribe on social media, bro, from social media, because not everybody with the fuck shit. So you can actually use it to network, to build and connect with people anywhere around the world. And that's the flip side of it.
But you know what's weird though? I feel like people bonded better before social media.
I don't know. It's kind of balance. It's a kind of a balance.
You think it's a kind of a balance?
Yeah, it's a balance, because I'm like, we able to still do a lot of good, reaching a lot of people that we couldn't reach without the internet. So now it balanced itself out pretty good. It did.
Right.
Yeah, it's not all bad, bro.
I feel like the internet is just more volatile though. It's more because you dealing with so much more volume of people. It's more chaotic.
Yeah, it makes you more vulnerable.
It's more high risk too.
Yeah, it's more high risk. But when you
that's what I mean by volatile.
Yeah, when you weed through all that shit and you actually find people that you can really connect with, then it creates harmony, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I said the balance is always going to be there. The balance is going to be there. It's never going to be just one-sided with this shit. Never. The night and the day, man. That's what we represent. It's the night and the day, man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, and supporting and liking the video and
that
2-hour
mark.
Right, we hit the 2-hour mark for sure, man. This was a powerful live right here. There's a lot of information in this live, boy. I'm telling you,
some shit that need to be said.
Right.
At this particular time, we taking these times that these things is happening, and we using that shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, using that shit. Got to. Yep.
It's about to get real out here, like we told y'all. It's a shift. It's a shift that's going on.
Yeah,
Don't
you
be
gotta take.
alarmed. It's Negroes.
Yeah, you gotta take and use these times like this where shit like this happen and really, you know what I mean? Because there's more to what our eyes is seeing with this shit and this playing out down here on the
That's
at a
true,
certain
bro.
level.
It is. It is. It is a lot more
There's more
to
to this
it.
shit.
Right.
There's a lot more to this shit that we being told. So yeah.
I don't know.
Appreciate
We
y'all.
might be back. We might be back on a Thursday. We can see. We can see what happens.
Yeah.
We can see what happens. But we definitely appreciate y'all who attended this live and listening to this live, because this is definitely some information that people should be knowing right now.
Facts.
Because it's about to get even more tough. It's already been tough out there, but it's about to get even more tough.
Facts.
Sure. Actually, this is going to affect the market. That shit that just happened with that.
Yeah, well, we just pulled it up and showed.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, but it's gonna, but it's not just going to stop here. See, it's going to cause a ripple effect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just not going to stop there. That's the thing. That's the thing with this. When they trying to bring in that new system, they trying to stop at nothing to bring down the old one. Yeah, man, we about to be up out of here, man.
Yeah, all right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here. Catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all already know.
Peace.
Catch y'all on the next live stream, all right?
We the Curry brothers, night and day network. We bring awareness to the community, spreading consciousness. With the truth, we chase greatness. In the darkness, we shine like the brightest stars. Using our platform to break mental prisons. You know who we are. From the streets to the stage, we never back down. Constantly evolving, we wear the crown. Mindful warriors, we're changing the game. Never staying the same. Night and day network, we're here to stay. Bring awareness and consciousness every single.
Do you have neurological pain, chest pain, heart palpitations, headaches, brain fog, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, and abdominal discomfort? With all the environmental disasters and contaminants plaguing our land, water, air, and food, we need something to counteract all the pollution that is making us sick. This is where zeolite comes to the rescue. Millions of people have been using detoxification supplements to remove harmful toxins, pollutants, heavy toxic metals, as well as to balance pH levels. Lower the risk of risks like cold and flu, support the immune system, and improve nutrient absorption. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a volcanic ash that forms over time when ash and lava react with alkalized water, resulting in a compound with a very strong cage-like structure and a negative charge. Zeolite is one of the most fascinating and powerful nature remedies available. Great to detox and balance your body. Health benefits of detoxing. The removal of excess heavy metals can improve overall health. Detoxification helps balance a body's pH levels. This product provides 30 capsules, 1 month supply, ships within 3 days. Purchase now at Night and Day, netmarket.com, and haven't been evaluated by the FDA. We do not claim our product cure or treat any ailments. Please consult with your medical healthcare provider to see if ZeoAid will be right for you.
Hi, my name is Jay Ellis. My inspiration for starting my own hair care company and beard line was the lack of quality and the lack of options for the multicultural community, mainly the African American community. My husband, he suffered from flaky, dry skin, and he would have like coarse hair that would grow under his skin and everything. So I decided to create some products, which is a leave-in moisturizer that will help soften the skin. It also exfoliates to remove the dead skin and just soften the hair so it can push through the skin a little better, to help bring out his natural coil pattern. And also the moisturizer, which actually generate healthier skin cells for the face. So it isn't just for the beard, it's also for the skin as well, and you can use it all over your face. So these are the two products that I would highly recommend for men that are looking to soften their skin. Yes, you want to be a manly man, but you definitely want to have healthier skin for the face and everything. And I've had great responses from the beard oil as well, from men that had sparse beards and facial hair that didn't grow in quite as thick as they would desire. So we've had really great experiences with those three products. So that's about it. I definitely hope that you all enjoy the products. Everything will work out to your satisfaction. Thank you.